Hello lads, how are we doing? Welcome back to the full-time show. Hope everyone's doing well. Today there's no face cam, more laid back. We're just going to be breaking down and talking about some of the fights on UFC 279. I haven't done that proper research for this fight like I have with other cards, but I'm just going to tell you what I know, find out some more about fighters I didn't know much about. This card overall, lads, a few weeks ago it was shocking. They've added a few okay fights to it. Got Julian, Tony Ferguson was added, Kevin Holland, D-Rod was added. This fight I'm really excited for. I was excited for Almeida versus the Russian heavyweight, but that's no longer happening. I'm excited for this fight, Collier, Barnett. But yeah, lads, I'll just say a few words about some of the fighters. Before though, lads, make sure to like and subscribe. Anyway, let's get into this. Is it Lorna Dumont or is it Lorna Dumont? I don't know. She's taking on Danielle Wolf, who I believe is a former professional boxer. 1-0, won her only fight in the Contender Series, but she is 38 years of age, taking on a top featherweight like Norma Dumont in her featherweight debut. I believe if Norma Dumont beat, is she on this card? Yeah, Macy Chiasen, she would have got a title shot. But she didn't. Norma Dumont was very close to finishing the fight, but Macy Chiasen was like clinging on for dear life. So yeah, Norma Dumont wins that one. Jake Collier is 265 pounds. Used to fight a middleweight, light heavyweight. Now he's a max heavyweight. He was very unlucky in his last fight not to get the win over Andrei Arlovski, a seasoned veteran, former UFC heavyweight champion. Gave a really good account of himself. Probably should have won the fight. But he didn't. He lost by split decision, one that was very heavily disputed in the MMA community. But he's taken on Chris Barnett, who is a very exciting fighter. There's never a boring moment with Chris Barnett. I mean, his last fight was quite boring. That wasn't his fault. His opponent decided to just clinch him the entire fight until there was like a disqualification or something. But because he was already losing the fight, it was just given. The win was given to the other guy, which I don't understand why that didn't happen in the Jan Aljo fight. But anyway, Jake Collier is probably going to win. He's still a really good fighter. People will see that record and think, God, he's awful. But thank God the hardcore MMA fans have decided these odds because Jake Collier deserves to be the favourite in this one. Jailton Almeida is now taking on Anton Tkachenko because that guy, the Russian heavyweight, Aram, something like that, couldn't get his visa. So he's taking on this guy, I believe was on the Contender Series recently, won a unanimous decision. Let's see a bit about him. He's got 5 TKOs, 2 submissions. Of course, that one decision was on the Contender Series. Okay, so looks like quite a heavy wrestling approach he's going to have. But his opponent also has a very heavy wrestling approach. Jailton Almeida in his last fight against Parker Porter just took him down and beat him up till the fight was over. I don't actually know what the odds are in this fight. Let me give a quick look at them. Okay, so Almeida's a minus 660 favourite. Tkachenko is a plus 490, or it's pretty much like minus 800 plus 500. Of course, I think Almeida's going to win. Hakeem Dawodu versus Julian Haroza. One thing I noticed about Hakeem's record of recent in the UFC is the amount of decisions this man's been through recently. In the UFC, he had a first-round submission to Danny Henry in his debut. Decision win, KO, TKO, very late decision, split, a lot of splits. And then he lost to Evilov, and then decision. So, bit of a decision merchant, but when he fights, it is exciting. He is taking on Julian Haroza. I don't know why I'm saying that. That's 6'1". Fair play to him. Must be hard to make 145 coming up. Oh, that was a banging fight. And a win against Charles Jourdain. Oh, this guy's actually quite good. Okay. You know what? I'm going to surprise a few people. Erosa wins the fight. Split decision. Heard it here first, lads. Full-time show. I'm really looking forward to this fight, lads. I can't lie. I really want Johnny Walker to get back to winning ways against Ion Cutel. He's got a massive reach advantage, a massive height advantage. But the one thing Johnny Walker needs to make sure of, this fight doesn't go to the ground. That's going to be Cutelab's game plan. Not saying Cutelaba can't do it on the feet. The man has got superb power. But Johnny Walker will probably have a bit of advantage in the striking department. But Iron Cutelaba, he lost his last fight against Ryan Spann. Johnny Walker holds a win over Ryan Spann. Johnny Walker is on a 2-fight losing streak, losing to Thiago Santos close UD in the main event, and of course Jamal Hill knocked him out in the first. You know what? I think Johnny Walker gets back to winning ways. I think he does. He seems motivated and embedded. I think he does it. I can see him doing it. Come on, Johnny. We're all cheering for you here at the full-time show. Aldana versus Macy Chian. As I mentioned earlier, Macy Chian is coming off the win against Nora Madumo. I don't know why I went Scottish there. Aldana is coming off the win against Thiago Silva's wife. She's called like Cutel or something like that. She hasn't fought in a while, so I've forgot her name yet. Before that, she lost to Holly Holland, very dominant decision. Won over Kathleen Vieira, that wins aged quite well. Lost a split decision to Raquel Pennington. Okay, so she's got a decent record in the UFC, 34. Against Macy Chian, I think she wins. Aldana looked really good in her last fight. Hasn't fought since. I think she was matched up with Juraine de Randamie, but that fight obviously didn't happen. For reasons, I think de Randamie pulled out. I don't know what's going on with Juraine de Randamie, but yeah, Aldana. Kevin Holland versus D-Rod. Now, Kevin Holland has got a really good frame for 170. He's got 81 inches in the reach department, 6'3", of course, 170 pounds. He's a welterweight these days. D-Rod won't be trying to take him down. Normally, his opponents are trying to take him down, but I think D-Rod's a better boxer than Holland. I know, I said it. It's a catch weight at 180 pounds. Kevin Holland's got a reach advantage. I don't know how much D-Rod's going to struggle with that. D-Rod likes to fight off his jab. He really won the Kevin Holland fight really well in the Mike Perry fight. Every time you doubt D-Rod, he comes back and wins the fight. A tough first round against Kevin Holland, boxed him up for the rest of the fight. But Kevin Holland's going to be a tough opponent. I believe the winner of this fight should get placed in the top 15. And I think it will be D-Rod. But I'll be rooting for Kevin Holland. I will be rooting for him. The real question on everyone's lips, lads, is it Tony time or is Tony done? Look at that reach for 155. Jesus Christ, no wonder he had so much success. But he's taken on Li Jingliang. That's a 5-inch reach advantage. But I believe this fight will be on the feet. The majority of it will be on the feet. Li Jingliang does have wrestling if he wants to go to it. Had a very impressive win against Muslim Salikov last fight. It was quite slow pace, that one. We know when you're fighting Tony Ferguson, there's no chance you're having a slow pace. I think Tony wins. I don't know how. I've got this gut instinct feeling that Tony Ferguson's going to win, and I'll be rooting for him. I've only watched MMA for 2 years. For some reason, he was one of those fighters that I didn't like, but I don't know why I didn't like him. But I like Tony now. I hope he gets back to winning ways, and he returns to lightweight. Probably doesn't make another title run, but just has another go, get some more wins, a few more highlight reels, and then calls it a day. Khamzat Chimaev versus Nathan Diaz. Lads, I will plan this fight like as it happens. Well, not as it happens, like now, and you'll watch the fight on Saturday or Sunday morning, and you'll be like, wow, he predicted it perfectly. Khamzat's going to take him down in the first 15 seconds, ground and pound him a bit, submit him. Nate's going to go out because he's a gangster and doesn't tap. Bang. You can call me Mystic Mac. It's going to happen, lads. It's going to happen. Anyway, thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, all that jazz. Have a good one, boys. Peace.